Spirituality is all about destroying and abolishing selfishness. Okay? Spirituality is all about destroying and abolishing selfishness. The biggest goal in our lives is to make our lives less selfish. That is the biggest goal in life. Because at the time of death, any time, you take your mind with you, and when the mind is less selfish, in the future lives you create less problems for yourself and others, and therefore less suffering. Remember something, every single suffering that you have experienced in this life, all came from you. So if you practice Dharma and you haven't changed, why should your circumstances change? If you're practicing Dharma and you haven't changed, you haven't turned your mind around, how will your circumstances change? So don't say, well, I'm in Dharma and things haven't changed. I pray to Kechara, things haven't changed. Yes, they can help you, but you got to help yourself and combine your efforts. So if you come to Dharma, and after refuge, after meeting your teacher, your attitude is exactly the same as before, or similar, then it's just another movie you attended. It's just another event, another circus. Before Dharma, after Dharma, our attitudes should be different. What's the fundamental attitude? Less selfishness. That is the goal. That is the goal, whether you're practicing in a mountain, in a city, you're in a center, you're under His Holiness the Dalai Lama, or Panchen Lama, or Trungpa Rinpoche, or you're practicing under a schmuck like me. It doesn't matter. Your goal is less selfishness. If you're less selfish, you know what happens? You please your gurus. You please your Dharma protectors. You please your parents. You please your kids. You please your mates, your partners. You please your friends. And guess what? You please yourself. You become the happiest person. Trust me, the less selfish you are, the happier you are. The more selfish you are, the more unhappy you are. You have to check that out in life. Let me read you something from a living bodhisattva, Mother Teresa. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people accuse you of being selfish and having ulterior bad motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true friends. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people will cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone can destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, others may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. They'll forget what you did today that's good. Give the world the best anyway. You see, because in the final analysis, in the final end, it was never about you and them, it was about you and God. So it's never about them, so it doesn't matter what they do to you. Make sense? So let me adjust this one. In the final analysis, it is between me and Buddha. It was never between me and them anyway. Lama Tsongkhapa's practice can be practiced without initiation, so that one is a lighter form, an easier form, a simpler form. With initiation, it's a higher form, a quicker form, and more effective form. But with initiation is for students who can hold commitments. For example, those who push themselves more and do more can get teachings that excel faster. Why? Because they want it. By showing their actions, they push themselves to be ready for it. The ones who always say cannot, then cannot. Then you take many lifetimes to gain attainments, many lifetimes. Even in between lifetimes, become animals or ghosts, a lot of interruption in between. The more you say you cannot do, the more you say you cannot change, the longer your rebirths in the three lower realms. Why? Because the more attached you are, the attachment to the objects creates the karma to come back to be attached again, come back again to be attached, come back to be again attached. So you never cut it off. So if you're attached to money, making money, saving money, getting money, and all the things you want, you come back as a ghost. You are attached to your comforts. Oh, I cannot do this after 9 o'clock. I cannot push, I get sick. Oh, I don't like this. I'm not comfortable. I cannot this. You come back as an animal. The worst thing to say for a true Buddhist, the worst resolution, the worst thing to say, the worst thing to resign yourself to believe is, I'll do it in my next life. That's the worst. Why? Because you have no control of your next life. So you are just using that as an excuse to people who don't understand more. It's not like food or clothes or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or fun that you can do in your next life. Next life, definitely, you're going to come across food again, if you're lucky. You're going to come across another monster husband, another monster wife, another monster kids, another monster parents. You're going to come across that again and again. Why? Because your whole life created the karma to come across it, because that's what you've been doing your whole life. So if you say, next life I'm going to do Dharma, and you give up now, or you do very little, or you use that as an excuse, why do you think you'll do Dharma in your next life? Impossible. Impossible. And every day you waste your time is one day less you have to transform, and one day closer to your death. And when you die, it's never over. It becomes worse. Very smart, you will make yourself transform now. If you're very dumb and you think you can fool karma, then you don't transform. Very simple, you don't transform. And you have Kechara, you have your teacher, you have the Dharma teachings, you have Lama Tsongkhapa, you have your Dharma brothers and sisters, you have the departments, you have everything here to support you. If that's still not enough, the next life, what's going to be enough? You have everything now. Everything. You have to think very carefully.